Police say a drunk driver was going 30 miles over the speed limit, ran a red light, then killed a mother that was in another car. That suspected driver right here, Kelly Hart, is out of jail on a $20,000 bail. Tonight, a grieving family is asking why $20,000 is the price after a mother lost her life.
Trista is my daughter. She's impacted a lot of lives by this drunk driver.
A daughter, a mother, a caregiver. 42-year-old Trista Fierro's life suddenly ended when police say a drunk driver ran a red light, struck her car, and killed her. Friday, while the family held her memorial service, that driver is out of jail, walking free on a $20,000 bond.
This is our justice system. That's what you let go on for killing somebody. It just was not fair. I'm very appalled.
Early in the morning on July 18th, family members say Trista was riding a car with her boyfriend, driving to help someone whose car broke down. Police say in their report the other driver, 39-year-old Kelly Hart, was traveling almost double the posted speed limit, going 66 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and ran the red light, hitting Trista's vehicle and flipping it over. Police say Hart had a strong smell of alcohol. Her eyes were bloodshot. Her speech was slow. After facing a judge and being charged with DUI resulting in death, reckless driving resulting in death, and DUI resulting in substantial bodily harm, and an expired registration, Hart made that $20,000 bail.
This woman is out free and gets to talk and walk and visit with her family. I'll never have that with my daughter.
Fierros leaves behind 2 children and a son with autism that needs constant care. Trista also lived with and cared for her elderly grandmother. Her family wants justice and other lives saved.
She needs to pay the consequences so she doesn't do this again and let it happen to another family, people that they hurt, that ruin their lives.
Hart's next court date is on Monday. There's also a GoFundMe to help Trista's family. It's on our website under this story on fox5vegas.com.